Throughout this week, I've heard stories of the perch in the canals and the ponds being extremely active on micro lures. So of course today I've brought my micro lures down the canal with my lure rod. I'm going to go and try and catch some of these perch. Now the weather's been quite nice this week, it's been picking up, it's been 14 degrees which is quite warm for this time of year. So that's got me thinking the fish on the canal have got to be a bit more active than what there was a few weeks back. And in all fairness, it's been a few weeks since I last went lure fishing. I think the last time I went it was snowing. So no wonder I didn't catch on the lures. Needless to say, I best get walking now with this lure and see if I can catch. I've reached the spot now where I'm going to start casting, and I'm going to walk about 3 bridges down that way and 3 bridges back up this way today. So I'm going to cover quite a lot of canal stretches. Let's get casting. First cast, in we go. And what I'll do, I'll just reel in quite slowly today because I want the perch to see the lure and probably just attack it, what they usually do, but I'm going to reel slowly. Here we go. I'm already feeling a few little nibbles, no joke. Here we go. Nah, nothing. That was good. On my first cast I had a few little bites, so that's a very good sign. Now I am determined to catch one today because it's been pretty much all winter without catching a fish and it's getting boring at this point fishing is. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to spend a good 4 or 5 hours out here lure fishing. Even in the rain, it's supposed to start raining in an hour, but I'm going to stick at it. And I'm pretty much hoping to catch one. I'm going to walk the rest of this stretch with the little micro lure in the margin here. Purely because I've never caught something on a lure on this stretch. And whilst there's still daylight, I want to get down to a stretch where I know there's fish. The second I passed that bridge, it started tipping it down with rain, which to say the least was not a fun experience. I reached the next stretch, as you can see I've just passed that bridge and I've just looked in the water here to cast, and I don't know if you can see but it is proper see-through. I can see the bottom of the canal, which is very unusual, but when the canal's clear like that it usually means that the fishing's going to be hard. So I'll have a little fish here but not for too long because I can see about halfway down the stretch it goes darker again, so I'll fish this bit still just in case, you know, maximise my chances, but then I'll move down there. First cast in the see-through water. See if I can get any nibbles. So far I've only had them few nibbles I had up there, which was a good sign because the fish are probably active, and I did fish for so long up there, a good half an hour, but nothing came out. But my first cast here, nothing happened. Second cast could always be a different story, so let's go in the margin here. The margin seems to be where I pick up a lot of my perch on lures, when I used to catch them anyway on the lures, but I don't know if today will be the same. It should be though, later on. I've just got to wait for the time period where the fish are starting to feed. Looks like they're not at the moment. Oh dear, the wind is starting to pick up a lot. It's like 30-mile-an-hour winds down here today, which is not as bad as the last few days where it's been 90-mile-per-hour winds down here. It's not been as bad as the last storm we had, but it sounded like I should have stayed away yesterday and the day before, so that's why I didn't come fishing them days. But today's a different story. So I'm going to stick at it, ignore this wind and carry on. I finally reached the more darker section of this canal, so that's good. I kept casting out here and it's quite a wide, long stretch this is. Not long, it's a really short stretch actually, but it's long that way, if you get what I mean. So that's cool. I've spotted a bit of structure in the water just out there. There's a fallen tree from when the storm hit, I'd imagine. And that's good because there's some structure, so I'm going to get casting out there. Here we go. Reel in proper slowly because I just want to max. Oh my god, I had a big bite then. I'm not being funny, I had a bite. Okay, this is good. I'm going to stick at this bit for a little while. Hold up a second, I think I might have a fish on. There's something on the end of the rod. Hold on a sec. No, I can see a big snag floating towards me. Whoa, look at that. PB branch that is. Wow. First thing I caught today was a lovely big snag. Let's hope we don't get no more of them, eh? I'm under a bridge at the moment, which means I'm at the next stretch of canal. But I'm going to fish under the bridge for about 5 minutes or 10 minutes, I don't know. I'll see how long I last here. And just get casting basically, because under bridges, as many of you fishermen know, perch like to lurk under bridges. Here goes nothing then. I've had a few casts under here already. And I'm just reeling in. You can see the lure pretty well under here. The water's quite dark, but you can somehow still see the lure. What I'm doing, I'm just bouncing it across the wall off there, and it bounces into the water right there. So, pretty nice casts. And I'm just reeling slowly. I can see it there. and nothing's following it yet, but something could shortly. I'm on a new stretch, and this stretch is where I've caught all my personal bests in the past. I've beat my personal bests here, so this is obviously a good place for perch fishing. Caught a few tiddlers before from underneath this overhanging bridge looking thing, but the majority of them are down there at a narrower section of the canal. But I'll gradually make my way down, spend some time here and spend a bit more time down there, I'd say. Boom, first cast under the little bridge. Hopefully I can lure out some little ones, maybe even some big ones, but I'm more than likely going to get a little one if I do get one here. Just because, I don't know, little ones like to lurk under there, I guess. I've moved past that bridge bit now because nothing seems to be coming out of there. Same with all the other stretches, but down here I'd imagine it will be a different story. I would get casting here now, but if any of you all have seen my past videos, I've lost about 3 of my best lures there, and I'm not going to risk getting snagged again. So bye bye section. I'll skip that marina bit because, as I said, I get snagged there all the time, and I'll move down to the narrow bit now. Apparently there's a danger of death if I fish beyond this point. Seriously, is that what's going to happen if I fish beyond this point? I doubt it. I've fished beyond here loads of times, so I ignore the sign. I get all the signs there because, as you can see behind me, there's some power cables, but I'm not going to be able to cast that high with this lure rod. I've just spotted a bit that I've never actually lure fished before. There's some more overhanging bench things over there. I don't know what they're called. It's like a dock, really, an overhanging dock. There's another one of them, so I'm just going to have a few casts out there. That was perfect, that one was, right underneath it. And I was reeling slowly as per usual. I say this every time, but no, I don't think I'll get one on this cast. And if I did, that would just be very ironic. I've finally reached the narrow section, the good section, my favourite section of the canal. Absolutely love it here. From this point right here to all the way down there to the next bridge, it's an absolute fishing god spot. That's for lure fishing at least. I've never pole fished or nothing here, but for lure fishing, it's heaven. So I'm going to get casting down here obviously, because I don't want to waste no time. Great, on bird's nest. I've undone that bird's nest finally, and now let's get casting. The bad thing about casting here is because it's really narrow. You have to cast on point, otherwise you're getting snagged over there. So you either have to cast long that way or straight ahead. But this lure's pretty much sank to the bottom now, so that's a good thing that I left it for that long then. But oh, that came in quite fast. Let's go again. One more time. I'm going to leave the clip rolling, just in case I do catch. But it's not looking promising yet. It's usually when I move down that way. But what I like about this bit of canal is over there, there's a massive ledge of like sandstone or something that looks like sandstone anyway. And it drops down and it goes really deep in the middle and it comes up shallow again. So the fish are all obviously down at the deep points in the middle. So what I do is I cast it onto the rock and I move it in, I watch it sink. There you go, it sank. And now I'll just reel in quite slow on the bottom of the deep end where the fish will be hiding, because it's warmer down there obviously. Just there's an indent in the wall over there, and that looks like where a perfect cast could be. Obviously I missed then, but I got near enough, so I'll keep casting into that bit, I reckon. It's been raining now for about 2 hours and it's absolutely freezing at this point. Luckily I'm under shelter, I'm under some trees, so it's not getting me as bad as if I was in the open, but it's still getting me. But I've now reached my favourite section of this canal to lure fish. Obviously all that bit's good and all, but here where I am now, it opens up a bit, and from this point onwards is where I've caught majority of my perch on lures and drop shot and whatnot. In one of my older videos I casted right there into that crevice, so I'm going to do that right now. There we go. And what I did, I reeled in and I was saying there's no way I'm going to catch a fish, and I caught a fish the second I said that. So hopefully that'll be the same in the next few casts for me. It's really hard to cast in this bit now, because if you can look there, all of that bit there is covered with branches and snags and logs that have fell off trees from the storm and whatever. And then here, there's a massive rock and boulder in the water of like sandstone or something, so I can't cast anywhere there. I'm going to have to move down to where that blue sign is on the floor. That's where it goes clear. But here onwards is absolutely fine. As you can see, there's no snags in the water, there's just a broken pathway. I've just had a major bite. I missed it though. I completely forgot to strike, but I had a bite then, so I'm going to cast exactly where I had the bite and get going again, because I want to catch this fish. It felt like a big fish. So, come on. Damn. I could have just missed my only slot to catch something. I reckon I'm going to have about 10 more casts in this bit and then start moving my way back up that way. Just because I've been here about half hour. Just in this, from there to here, I've been about half an hour, 40 minutes now. And I've not had much luck, surprisingly. Oh well, I didn't catch nothing there. So I'm going to move my way back up here because it's not looking good. 3 hours and I've still had no catches on this lure. God, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to slowly walk back up this way and I have a little fish up by that overhanging bridge. Just up that way there's a barge coming. First barge I've seen of the day actually on the canal. So hopefully he'll scare some fish my way. Let's see if it does what I said. I'm walking with the lure in the water and I look at that and I was convinced I had a fish on. But then I look here and it's just some snag on a rope. Right, so here I am at the overhanging thing. And I'm going to try my luck here one more time. Just because I think I could end up getting something from here. It looks quite promising to me. Don't know if it does to you, but yeah. I'm just going to reel him proper slow. I was doing it quite fast then, but I'm going to switch up. I'm literally going to go this slow. Maybe even slower. No, that's slow enough. But yeah, I'm just going to have my finishing casts here. Finishing casts of the day before I start to head in. Because honestly, I'm freezing now. I've got underlayments on and gloves and everything, but I'm still freezing. Oh well. It was worth the shot out today though, I think. I'm going to stop fishing now. I'm going to put the camera down because it's too cold. I'm hiding under this bridge because it's tipping it down out there. It's too cold to be fishing. Sorry I didn't catch again. I'll try my best to catch. I'll do whatever I can, but it doesn't seem to work this time of year. With that all said, I hope you enjoyed the watch. Please like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and turn on the post notification bell so you don't miss another one of my videos in the future. But for now I'm going to head in, so peace.